But Krista doesn't stop here. Another example from her. Do you know that you're broke because you're a thinker? Well, you are. Let's listen to her logic here in another glorious post from her, pointing her audience yet again into the direction why Monat and network marketing is a scam without properly addressing it. Not a smart business move. I say that in all of the videos where I go through these compilations of posts about it's a pyramid scheme, it's just misunderstood. Don't point your audience into the direction that what you do is a scam and you're being confronted with that regularly, but then you don't tell me why it's not a scam. Don't do that. It's not smart. It's not a smart business move. It's a way to create more of a team identity. Yeah, we as the ones who are in network marketing, we as the ones who are still in Monat, we as the ones who are on Krista's team, we know the truth. We know that it's not a scam. We know that it's not a pyramid scheme. We know it's not a sketchy business opportunity, but for outsiders, that is not helpful. It's maybe a way to create a group identity, group thinking, but for outsiders who stumble upon these posts, it is just off-putting. Speaking of off-putting, let's listen to her other post.
Skepticism will keep you broke forever. I don't know who needs to hear this. Let me tell you a little story about myself. I started in network marketing 8 years ago this month. After saying I was a total hater on network marketing, I didn't believe in MLMs, I didn't believe in any of it. I'm going to tell you what happened to me. I reached rock bottom. And it wasn't the rock bottom that a lot of people would think when I say that. I had a successful small business that I was broke building. I was not the mom I wanted to be.
She always says these things about her alleged so successful small business she ran in the past. She created furniture, really interesting individual pieces. Either she was able to run a successful small business or she wasn't, because if she was broke running that business, then she wasn't running a successful small business. Something is always not adding up. She pretty much abandoned that after she recognized that she was able to make a good amount of money in Monat because she had good timing, she had a clientele, and she also lives in an area where she was able to pitch Monat and to sell the products and the business opportunity. But now I start to question, was her business actually that successful? Because if she was truthfully running a successful small business, she could have continued that. But I guess she just recognized, okay, I can make a lot more money easily at the moment with this network marketing company, rather than me running this own small business, which is a legitimate business and not a scam. And I don't need to fear that people accuse me of being caught up in a scam because I create furniture and then I deliver them. That is not a scam. So there is a little misconnect there, and she tells the story, and she's told the story for years. How successful was your small business truly when you just abandon it to start Monat? I guess it might not have been that successful then.
I was not the wife I wanted to be. I had zero time. I worked 70 hours a week to barely scrape by. I was a skeptic of anything that really potentially could truly change my life. And I am so grateful to God for the day that I said, you know what, F it. It can't be worse than what I'm living right now. And I did it. And I literally am at nearly $10 million.
That's also a lovely business pitch. F it. I was rock bottom. I didn't know what to do. So I tried out the thing that I hated and I thought was a scam. And I succeeded. You might not, but I did. So F it. Just sign up. That's how you really pick your career route and your potential business ventures. Well, that's a smart choice.
Let me just tell you, you got that skepticism little voice in your head. That is from the enemy, number one. Number two, nothing changes if nothing changes. So you got to get that out of your head. We got to work on that. Head down to the caption and let's have a chat.
Skepticism will keep you broke. Don't think, because she was able to make Monat work and she was able to make a good amount of money, although her paycheck now is also down because while she is still one of the few people who are currently at the top rank, if people leave Monat left and right, then her paycheck is also tanking and she will very likely struggle to afford her lifestyle at some point. That is why she's on her social media saying, thought it was a scam, I was a hater. Don't overthink it, because the skepticism and the criticism and the doubt you have, rightfully so, when it comes to the Monat business opportunity and network marketing in general, That is not beneficial for her. That's why she is doing these posts. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Right, Krista, maybe change your social media portfolio. Trust me, skepticism is expensive. When I look back at my life, the broke years, the struggling years, the is this really it years, it wasn't a lack of talent that kept me stuck. It was hesitation. I was waiting for the perfect moment. It was questioning everything instead of betting on myself. It's a lot of words, a lot of nonsense, and not a lot of substance here. The day I said yes to this business, everything changed from paycheck to nearly $10 million earned, over 220 million sold. Here's the thing. What the Huns don't understand when they make these claims, they out how bad of a business opportunity Monat is even for the top people. If you were truly a successful business individual, imagine what you could make money-wise if you were actually the owner of your own company. She was able to make 10 million in commission, or almost 10 million in commission at the moment when she posted this, but she sold together with her team, very likely over her entire time in Monat, 220 million. Take everything a network marketer says with a grain of salt. It is important to make themselves look more successful than they are. That is my view. But let's take these numbers for face value. If she was able to sell 220 million and she only made 10 million in commission, then that is lousy. Imagine the amount of money she could have made if she really ran her own successful business. And she was fully in charge of that. Don't get me wrong, 10 million, if that number is truthful, is a lot of money. But let's take a look how much money she says she made for the company. She only gets 10 million. From no time freedom to building a life where my family is front row in every season. They're not. Her family has to follow what she needs for her Monat business. From hoping something would change to creating opportunities I never dreamt possible. Skepticism will keep you broke. Action will set you free. Comment opportunity if you're done sitting on the sidelines and ready to see what this could do for you. The route to being broke more quickly. That's what it is. Monat doesn't even list the amount of people in their income disclosure statements anymore. How many people are still actively in the United States, for example, because I believe more and more people leaving, and that would out the business opportunity as really shabby. So if someone joins Monat now, the likelihood of them making money are slim to none.